It's never good to record when you're emotional, but screw it. You know, today I learned that Stan the Man Lee, passed away, and he was 95. It's been verified everywhere. It's not fake news. It's not a hoax. It's reality. And this podcast, I'm not going to edit anything. This is 100% what it is. Nothing to edit. No music. No nothing. Commercials. Whatever. It's just going to be raw because it's the kind of thing you need to do raw. So I was busy earlier today recording or editing another podcast, and I didn't read the news until my wife called me and talked to me about it, and it's kind of hit me a little harder right now than it has originally. You know, Stanley was a legendary man. He created many popular culture comic book characters that we all know and love. Characters like Spider-Man, Daredevil, Incredible Hulk, Thor, the X-Men, and so many more. I can't name them all. You know, his work created popular culture that we know and love now. You know, nerd culture was a thing before it became popular culture. And that was part of that nerd culture before it became popular. And this is part of the world now. Everywhere around the world, they know Spider-Man as much as, any other thing. And Stan the Man Lee was able to make that possible. So, when people say one man can't change the world, Stan Lee did. He was 95 years old. I mean, honestly, everyone kind of knew this would happen. Not to be mean or disrespectful or anything. It just, you never really think it's going to happen. You think he's going to live forever. And he'll always be that old guy that's awesome. I recently watched Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Just on Redbox. It was just for a fun, light movie. Just, I don't care, And Stan Lee did a cameo. Even though he was in, Marvel. He did that just for fun. And it was wonderful. All his cameos are really memorable. Some more than others. Different movies. And I appreciate that he did that. I appreciate that Marvel Studios and Disney and all the different places found a way to squeeze him in. And the way he created this popular culture world is something that is just amazing, spectacular. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him a few years back. I went to a Comic-Con convention in Dallas, and he came by. And there was a huge line to meet him, obviously. I think it was like 4 hours long. And when he came in with his bodyguards and everything, he was, he greeted everyone, Excelsior! And, everyone shut up and wanted to hear him out. And he was like, I'm so glad to be everyone here. And, he gave high fives to people waiting in line. And he was just like, everyone's here waiting for me. I'm going to wait for you. A lot of other celebrities don't do that. They're, okay, we got 2 hours. I'll waste my time with the convention people for like 2 hours. Stan Lee didn't care. He was there, and so every single person in line got to meet him. Every single person. Him being an older person, you can understand. He's tired. He doesn't want to say hi and greet people left and right all the time. But he did. That morning I scrambled because I wanted to meet him. And that was the one thing. I've been to some of these conventions before and I've met some celebrities. I know some of them take time. And Stan Lee is one of those that take time. So I was like, I don't know what to get. I want him to sign something. I didn't know what to get. So I got a little You know those little comic book cards that you used to get. I don't know if they still do it anymore. This one had the Silver Surfer, and I have it. He signed it, and I really treasure it. I was wearing Justice League T-shirt, a Superman hat, and he was awesome. Got to shake his hand and say, thank you for everything you've done. This was 5-6 years ago. No, probably. No, I think it was more like 7, 8. This is way before. I don't know. I don't know how many years it's been. It's probably like 2011, 2012. It was before the Marvel Cinematic Universe really got going and people really appreciated everything. And, I always knew him. I knew him, and he was just the old awesome guy. Obviously, meeting him in Comic-Con, one of 500 people that met him and shook his hand, I still felt the warmth in his soul that he loved his fans. And his fans loved him. I know it's ridiculous to feel sad when a celebrity dies. You don't really know them. You're just a fan of them. But Stan Lee was different. He cared about his fans. He cared. He was just a writer doing some funny books. And he was happy to be, I don't know how to tell you. He was happy that people recognized his work. I've seen documentaries on how Warner Brothers and DC have basically screwed over Siegel and Schuster, the creator of Superman, and they, basically died poor and without much credit. Now they give them credit in front of their movies and stuff, but Stan Lee has always been respected, at least I think, from Marvel and from different movie studios and such that have done his properties. And I really feel like he's going to be missed. And I'm going to miss him. And I know this, that they already recorded several of his cameos for upcoming Marvel films, and it's going to be hard to see him, I fully expect that, they'll have a memorial for him in the end of Avengers 4. I expect that they did maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 more of these cameos. Obviously they planned things out, but, it's just a matter of getting the sets together and filming. And so I think everything in 2019 will probably have a cameo, and after that it might just be a poster or sign or something in the background. But it won't be him. And it's going to be sad to see those Marvel movies and not see him say Excelsior or whatever fun stuff they usually put in there. So, yeah. This is just me trying to digest some grief, I don't know him personally. I didn't grow up with him. I didn't get to, I met him once and that was it. But I still feel like, as a big nerd, a big geek, a big fan of comic books, I love all comic books. I love DC. I love Marvel. Just write good stories, good characters. I don't care what the label is, So, he's a legendary man, and he will never be forgotten. So, I just want to record this podcast and, tell you of, how I felt and how this affects me. And, it's sad. He lived to 95, so he had a long, good life. The last couple of years it's been rough on him. He's been doing lawsuits on something or other, and I never really got into it. And people accusing him of things, and I just didn't want to. I didn't look into it. But 95 is a great time to be alive. He was able to have everything he wanted, and yeah, he had a long life. 95 is a good amount of time you could have to live your life, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. But I miss you, Stanley. May you rest in peace. If there is a heaven, I hope you're there. And appreciated all his work he's ever done. Alright. I guess that's it for me, and nothing else to say. Excelsior. Thank you for listening.